Warriors XRP about to explode. $10 to $20 possible. I truly believe that. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Now, this is a really critical time. I believe within the next 60 days, we're going to see price appreciation like we've never seen before. Now, remember, Warriors, make sure you have a game plan. Make sure you're surrounded by the right community. Make sure you have the right tools and resources to succeed in the crypto space. That's exactly what we do in our Warrior Academy, along with the 120-day challenge to teach you discipline, subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation. Click the description down below to join our Warrior Academy before the price goes up. We are adding so much value very soon. Join the Academy now. Get locked in. So much more value coming. All right, so let's jump right into it, Warriors. So first of all, I want to share this letter with you guys that came out, I believe, on the 16th. Yep, on the 16th. And it's basically telling Gary Gensler, as we say at the Warrior Academy, get your shit together. So they're coming after Gary Gensler. The reason why, Warriors, if you really think about this, is he said some statements that was really off. You know, this guy is the head MIT professor for cryptocurrency. He becomes the head of the SEC, used to be part of the CFTC. And he said some pretty off-putting comments that threw people off, right? First of all, we went through the Senate hearing that was just completely off color. They're putting stuff, just sliding stuff into the infrastructure bill that could have completely, radically, dramatically changed the crypto space, completely stifled innovation. You had Senator Ted Cruz from Texas who was going off and saying, you guys don't even know cryptocurrency and how are you regulating it? And this letter was sent to Gary Gensler. So we'll read this. It says, we are at a pivotal point with respect, this was sent from the House of Representatives to Gary Gensler and acting chairman Benman. It says, we're at a pivotal point with respect to shaping policies that will significantly impact the digital asset ecosystem. Recent comments made by Chairman Gensler and his recent exchange with Senator Elizabeth Warren provide a concerning roadmap for regulatory action that will have long-term implications rather than regulate innovation and job creation out of this country. So what they're basically saying is, listen, what you guys are proposing is literally going to push innovation out of America. We should promote an active dialogue between regulators and market participants. This is the goal of the HR 1602 to eliminate barriers to Innovation Act of 2021, which passes the U.S. House of Representatives in April, The bipartisan legislation requires the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, and the Commodities Future Trading Commission, the CFTC, to establish a joint working group on digital assets with market participation. Organizations involved in academic research and investor protection organizations, among others. While HR 1602 will require the creation of a working group, nothing prevents the SEC and the CFTC from undertaking similar activities, under existing law. An open collaboration dialogue with all relevant agencies, stakeholders, and market participants is critical. A working group on digital assets would enable both the SEC and the CFTC to explore how to effectively use their current jurisdictions in a cooperative manner, basically. So they're basically coming at them and saying, hey, listen, get your shit together. Like, the stuff you're saying is completely out of sorts. You're going to move innovation out of America when we're trying to build. And remember, America, the SEC lawsuit, and I'm going to show you, here's why I think we're just on the precipice. Big Boy Crypto is saying the middle of September. He says he has inside sources at the case now, but who knows, right? But what I do believe, though, is that we're like a bow and arrow that's pulled back so unbelievably tight. Remember, XRP has not reached its all-time high yet, and we're already in the bull run, right? Number one. Number two is that this is the biggest case in history. There's so much attention on it all over the news, right? So when this case gets dropped, even if it doesn't get dropped, right? When we go parabolic, there's so many companies using Ripple, so many companies using XRP, and this has just happened in America, but this is all by design, So let's first talk about why the next 2 weeks are so critical, and then I'm going to break down the ISO 2022 as we go forward further. You should go watch King Solomon's video as well. King Solomon's heavy in the XRP space. Big fan of King Solomon. I'd like to get him on the channel. I'll put it out to the universe. But he put out a badass video yesterday. Please go watch this video. He found some groundbreaking stuff yesterday. So SEC versus Ripple, the next 2 weeks are very critical for the case, and here is why. First, the battle for Slack messages. So basically, the SEC is trying to get over a million something Slack messages, all the communication. Slack is a messaging system that they use at Ripple. And they're trying to get 1 million messages so they can go through every single message. It's like they're grabbing for straws. To me, these are delay tactics to continue the narrative. Number two, there's a battle between a battle for the internal SEC memos, right? So they're trying to go after their Slack messages. Ripple's trying to go after the SEC's internal memos in between the agency, right? Then we have said, here's why the hell bent on Slack messages in the game changer. The SEC motion lives and dies with the charge that XRP is a security and Ripple violated securities laws. And so we thought, but looking at the recent motions, it would seem the SEC is gradually shifting their focus on the charges. Now it's not just that XRP is a security, it's that Ripple marketed as one. And while the two sound similar, the second specific on the company's actions, regardless of the SEC, had issues with significant guidance to cryptocurrencies or not. Attorney Jeremy Homick believes that the SEC is changing its tune as it can now see it would lose if it continues to attack from the technical side of things. So they feel that they're losing their grip, and so they're trying to change the angle here, saying, okay, maybe it wasn't physically traded as SEC, but they tried to sell it, as a security. They tried to sell it as a security, and they say that the messages could maybe deem that, right? Maybe they see a message in between somebody and saying you're buying XRP, which is buying stake in the company, right? I believe that this lawsuit is all political theater to bring in a new Howey test for the cryptocurrency space, okay? So this is really important here. So digital currencies, give me 1 second here. All right, so digital currencies won't replace fiat, but here's what could happen. Now, remember, Tronglo is a big partner of Ripple. Okay, this came out on the 16th. So this is really important. You might be surprised to think that digital currencies and fiat currencies are competitors. So remember, fiat currency means government issued currency. It basically means fake currency. Once you detach from the gold standard, it's a fiat. It's a fake currency. It can just be printed into oblivion, right? Your dollar only has value because you believe it does. It's not backed by anything. So many people believe that digital currencies and cryptocurrencies may have the potential to be used as a replacement for currencies such as the US dollar, euro, or yuan. But our financial future is unlikely to be an either or situation between digital currencies and their fiat counterparts. This is really important for the short term. More people than ever are using digital currencies to buy goods and services. People want money they can use today and in the future. Physical or digital stored money can be held in a bank in a digital form, from giving them infinite durability, but that is also true for digital currencies. They may be new, but they are lasting. Consumers are slowly becoming more familiar and comfortable with digital currencies, according to cryptocurrency payments reports. 12% of consumers own one or more cryptocurrency. 60% of cryptocurrencies holders purchase it solely to transact, and 51% of holders are more likely to pay merchants who accept such cryptocurrencies. It's definitely an interesting time for alternative payments methods and digital currencies. One good example of work done in this respect is Tronglo's collaboration with Ripple. The partnership comes after the U.S. enterprise crypto and blockchain giant announces the acquisition of Tronglo earlier this year, signaling the closing of a gap between fiat and digital currencies in the payment industry. The partnership will see Tronglo play a critical role in supporting existing corridors of Ripple's global financial network, RippleNet, and expanding the reach of RippleNet's on-demand liquidity, which uses the digital asset XRP. We know there's a partnership with Tronglo, but I think a lot of people think that the dollar is going to collapse. It's going to be a slow, methodical process as the whole economic system changes, moving the fiat dollar onto a digital dollar, right? But when you move that, how are you going to move that across the rails? XRP, liquidity. Okay, so let's go over to XRP here. So we're going to watch this video. Hopefully it starts out right where I put it, or I'm going to fast forward. Okay, my computer just restarted, but just check this out. So this is a video from Ripple Insights, and I'm going to fast forward to Monica Long, and I want you to listen to what she says about CBDCs, and then I'm going to take you a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward just a little bit. My computer restarted here. Here we go. Cool.
recently hired that contribute at the protocol level. Secondly, it's about how we support developers. So we recently hired Matt Hamilton, our Director of Developer Relations, who comes from the Xrp developer community. He's doing an outstanding job. Check out his Twitch show if you haven't. But so he is responsible for thinking about how we're supporting developers through programs and other things like that. The third way is through actual, demonstrating use cases.
So this is important. Remember, everybody thinks that it's just remittances. XRP is expanding during this SEC lawsuit we're focused on. They're expanding the utility like crazy for XRP.
So, for example, we have a team that's working right now on central bank digital currency projects based on XRP Ledger, and we're hatching new ideas related to use cases. And then the last component is liquidity infrastructure, because we know for developers to bring their ideas to life and to bring their businesses to life, they need a lot of
this is really important, liquidity.
Key infrastructure components like wallets and fiat on and off ramps, etc.
What are you looking forward to with RippleX in 2021?
I think getting in there and executing is what I'm most looking forward to, but we need the team to do it. So we're going to be hiring quite a bit, definitely on the engineering and product side, but I think really across the business. So looking forward to welcoming new team members this year, probably the second to a return to work, which I know we're all looking forward to.
Okay, so think about that really quickly. Okay, she talks about their CBDC team. One of the things she mentions is, and then also she talks about the liquidity, right? So they have a system where they can lend to companies so they can build their protocols wars. So we know XRP behind the scenes is increasing their utility. They're expanding their team. They're growing. They're still an American company, which is very, very powerful. And I want to show you this old presentation. This was back in 2018. And I believe this was presented to the IMF or the World Economic Forum. So don't quote me on that. But I want to show you something really quickly. And I want to show you about governance, right? So you got to think about this really quickly. So Bank of America is one of the biggest financial institutions in the world. Now it's called Bank of America, and I used to be in banking, right? But you got to understand, Bank of America is a global juggernaut in the banking system. It's one of in the top 10 banks. Okay, RippleNet Advisory Board and Rulebook, Governance and Advisory Board, developing commercial framework, rules and standards. These are the members. Standard Chartered. You guys are familiar with that bank, one of the largest banks. Westpac, Santander, huge bank. RBC, okay. Bank of America, MUFG. These are massive, massive corporations. So what is the Governance Advisory Board? Okay, think about that. Who sits on the Governance Advisory Board? Okay, so if you go to Ripple, you look at RippleNet memberships. So a growing and evolving RippleNet. The RippleNet membership is a network of leading financial institutions that collectively and democratically govern and evolve RippleNet. These institutions work to standardize global cross-border payment transactions. The membership enables RippleNet participants to adhere to RippleNet rulebook and common framework that ensures operational consistency and legal clarity for every transaction. Bank of America, Standard Chartered, Santander, Money Mint, SCB, NIM are all part of this network. Okay, so if you look down here, we got the ISO 20022, I think I said it incorrectly, evolved to meet the new global standards. The world is converging in a new global standard for modern cross-border payments, ISO 20022. Okay, so if we go here and we go over to this document here. So this is the U.S. adoption of ISO 20022, okay, prepared for Business Payment Coalition, ISO 20022 Education and Promotion Work Group. So this is introduction is the Business Payment Coalition, formerly known as a Remittances Coalition. I highly recommend you deep dive them. Is a volunteer organization who objectives to increase the effective with the business to B2B payments are made and reconciled by all types of sizes of U.S. businesses across end-to-end processes. Okay, so this is collaborating with other industry groups to provide education about ISO 20022 standard, encouraging its adoption, define the perceived challenges of corporate practitioners and their service providers related to ISO 20022 standards adoptions, description, the value of proposition in the U.S. corporations and their service providers supported the transmission of ISO 20022 through case studies and examples. Okay, so you can go through this whole document here. Okay, so it gives you the executive summary. It basically is the document talking about the adoption in the US. Now, why is ISO 20022? It's a messaging system that had to change, right? We're moving from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. The SWIFT system was built during an old archaic banking system. So imagine moving from checks, right? Or imagine moving from data entry or hand entry documents at a bank to digital banking, right? Or using a computer. They had to change all the systems. That's what we're going through right now. And do you realize that Ripple was the first cryptocurrency to go on board with the ISO 20022? Okay, so that's really important to understand. So this is ISO 20022, shaping the future of cross-border payments. This was on June 10th, 2020. Okay, so we've seen this article many, many times. I want to share with you, Ripple is deep in this. So this membership, Ripple, is able to contribute our experience and expertise in the application of ISO 20022 standard, cross-border payments, and its use in DLT structure in our standardized AP. In fact, Ripple and our customers on RippleNet are pioneers using ISO 20022 cross-border payments. Adoption of ISO 20022 for domestic ACH RTGS payments has become widespread over the past 10 years, but so far its use by others has been limited in cross-border payments. So Ripple was the first to go into ISO 20022. SWIFT is on ISO 20022. And I want to show you this right here on Wikipedia. Okay, so this shows you right here. It says ISO 20022 is widely used in financial services. Organizations participating in ISO 20022 include Algorand, XDC, which is XFIN. We had the developer on our channel. Ripple, Fix Protocol Limited. We had ISDA, Omega, Swift, and Visa. We know Visa is partnered with Ripple. Warriors, this stuff is getting so thick. I mean, think about this, Warriors. We're so stressed about this SEC lawsuit. Do you really believe it's not by design to bring in regulation to America when America is the only one deeming it a security? This could have been washed. This could have been settled. This could have moved on. But I really believe, Warriors, this was fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They did it during the holidays. They pulled us back. They freaked us out. They threw out this SEC lawsuit. Many of you dumped your bags of Ripple, and I held strong, Warriors. Now, I'm not a Ripple XRP maximalist. I have a broad portfolio of fundamental cryptocurrencies that are going to change the world. This is a small part of my generational wealth building plan. Cryptocurrency is an opportunity for regular everyday people to get massive price appreciation, to take those profits and start to build that wealth generating plan. This is an opportunity to amass a large amount of wealth, to do something with it, right? That's not the biggest shift in generational wealth. The shift in generational wealth, think about generational wealth. Generational wealth is from the baby boomers down to us, okay? There is 10,000 baby boomers per day retiring. There is 76% of baby boomer businesses are profitable. There's 2 million qualified baby boomer businesses that are ready to sell their businesses that have passed the test of time over the last 2 crises, that are ready to move their infrastructure down to us. So as you get that price appreciation in cryptocurrency and you take those profits, what are you going to do with it? It doesn't matter if you buy a Lamborghini or a house. That is temporary, Wars. This is about shifting your mindset to freedom. And during this bull run, if you do it correctly, you can set yourself up with passive income so you never have to work another day in your life. So that's what we do. We surround ourselves with communities that are going to help lift us up, to give you information, to inform you, to help you make good decisions. So Warriors, my name is Coach JB. I really am the top health and mindset and crypto coach in the world. Everything you need, description down below. One thing I wanted to share with you, Warriors, is our only original Instagram pages are in the description. We have only one Instagram page, Kevin Anytime and Coach JB. There's only one. It's down the description down here. We do not reach out to you during Messenger and ask for money. We do not invest people's money, so those are scammers. I have one Instagram page. It's down here below. Make sure you join me on Instagram, the official Coach JB Instagram. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.